Hi, I'm Rupert Tagnipes, Senior Product Manager at GoGrid, and I'm here to talk about the differences between Cloud Link and Cloud Bridge. So since these are networking products, I often get asked how people connect to the cloud. And the most common way is through public internet access. So this is a really common way to access just about any internet resource. This is how you would connect to an unsecured website. So what's great about this is that it's really easy to use. Anyone can really do it. The problem is that it's not secure, and it's going over the public internet. If you still want to use the public internet, another option is to create a VPN tunnel by having endpoints on both the cloud and wherever you're located. And what's great about this is that it's still going over the public internet, but this is an encrypted tunnel, which means that it's harder for anyone to access the data that you're sending back and forth. So one of the disadvantages of VPN is that it's still going over the public internet, so you're still going to have a lot of variance or jitter in your latency between the two different endpoints. And you're also very dependent on the endpoint hardware, meaning you might have a limitation in your bandwidth. So these are the concerns that people have when using VPN. So one of the alternatives that we offer to VPN at GoGrid is called Cloud Link. So what Cloud Link is a private, secure, and dedicated connection between our data centers. So instead of traveling over the public internet, what this does is it travels through only your private network. So what's great about this is that it's very secure. It only has people sending traffic from GoGrid, and it's only within GoGrid data centers. And you also control the speed that you want to send this traffic through. So you have options of 10 megabits, 100 megabits, or 1 gig, and that's synchronous traffic. So this is a layer 3 connection, and it's used for different types of use cases. So we have customers using it for online backups. If they have one data center where they have all their primary servers, they can use Cloud Link to send data and back it up to a secondary data center for disaster recovery. Another option is multi-site replication. So these are customers who have databases in 2 different data centers, and what they want to do is to mirror them, to basically keep them in sync. So you can use Cloud Link to ensure that you have a secure connection and keep the databases completely mirrored and in sync. And databases are typically kept on the private network anyway, so Cloud Link's actually a really good fit for that use case. And a third one is similar to multi-site replication. It's a distributed app. So these are customers who are trying to reduce latency to customers in one geographic region. So they're trying to reach customers in, let's say, the East Coast with this data center and customers in the West Coast with this one. And the reason that they have 2 different data centers is because it'll be closer to those customers. However, they still want to make sure that the data is in sync. So they're using Cloud Link to make sure that their databases and their app servers all contain the same data, regardless of where they are. So a second option we offer at GoGrid is called Cloud Bridge. So Cloud Link is connectivity between our data centers. Cloud Bridge is connectivity from anywhere into the cloud. So this sounds a lot like VPN, but what's a little bit different about this one is that this is a dedicated line, and this only travels on the private network. So it's very similar to Cloud Link in that sense, except that instead of connecting between our data centers, you're connecting from just about anywhere. So once you have carrier connectivity, you can go from wherever you are into Cloud Bridge and connect straight to the GoGrid cloud. Another option is if you're at one of our partner data centers like Equinix, you can actually have equipment that's sitting in a rack, and all you have to do is get a cross connect, tie it to Cloud Bridge, and then you have that connectivity to the cloud. The great thing about this is that you have a variety of speeds that you can choose. You can go from 100 megabits all the way to 10 gigabits. So it's really fast, it's really secure because it's only going over the private interface. Plus, you also have redundancy options. So you have the option of having more than one line to make sure that if one line goes down, you can have a secondary line to make up for it. So there are several use cases of this. One of them is cloud bursting. And what that means is that you're already in, let's say, one of our partner data centers or your own data center, and you invested in all this equipment that's sitting in your racks. And you want to maintain that investment, but at the same time, you have a need to scale, to have a scalable app and to take advantage of the elasticity of the cloud. So the way you can do that is make a connection to Cloud Bridge. You can use GoGrid for your app servers, and they can be used to spin up and spin down based on demand. So that's your scalability, and you're still leveraging all the equipment you have already in your racks. Let's say you already have database servers or any kind of specialized appliance that you've already invested in. So therefore, you don't actually have to build out your own cloud. You can take advantage of what we offer at GoGrid and at the same time maintain your equipment. A second option, or second use case, is actually cloud migration. So these are folks who actually want to move completely to the cloud, and they have a lot of data and applications they want to move over. So that could take a long time doing it over public internet. If you do it on CloudBridge, you could move that really quickly and easily. So you can start moving your data over to the cloud, and then even remain in a kind of a hybrid mode where you're running some equipment in your data center and some of it in the cloud, and then fully migrate over and have everything running on GoGrid. And another option is backup. So what people can do is either back up their data to the cloud securely through CloudBridge, or they can back up to their data center. So it allows you to do it both ways. So those are kind of the three use cases for CloudBridge. And hopefully that covers the differences between why people would connect to the cloud over the public internet versus how people would use CloudLink and how people would use CloudBridge.
Software as a service, this is platform as a service, and then this is infrastructure as a service. And